Hi, I'm Kimberly. Welcome to Simply Living in a Small Town. Hope everybody's having a great week. Today is Wednesday, and we are already halfway through the week again. Seems to move by pretty quickly. Well, from my perspective, anyway. I don't know about you. Although today has seemingly been feeling like a really long day. So, thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate every single one of you, and I want to say thank you for that. So, I have been working on WIPS, and unfortunately, sorry, unfortunately, I have the same ones to show you, and I really didn't know whether to show them to you or not because I'm going to kind of just briefly show these, I guess. But I'm still working on the two tops, and I'm also working on the shawl now. So that's the bigger thing, that meaning I've gotten more. Hold on a second. Sorry, I'm having throat issues. I realized over last weekend that I've had a sinus infection going on. And so I am doing better, but I'm still not up to par because I really just need to get more sleep and that. So anyway, I wanted to get this video done though. Anyways, what I meant was the shawl. I've made a lot of progress on the shawl, which you may or may not like depending on what you think, how it looks. I don't know. So we shall see. But I have these two tops to show you. So I'm still, again, working on these. I'm telling y'all, that's how asleep at the switch I've been. So most of the day today, well, not most of the day. Yeah, most of the day I felt really run down and tired. But I mean, like this morning, I was sitting here around 10:30, and I was literally about to fall asleep in my chair and couldn't hardly hold my eyes open. I have managed to stay awake all day, but nonetheless, I've just felt super tired. So I'm still working on this. So I waited till this morning to try them on because I just really didn't feel like doing it last night. And that's the thing with when you're making any, well, wearables, except for obviously a shawl is not as big of a thing as like making a top of any sort or whatnot to make sure it fits. So we're at the point where I'm good with this. You know, I need to connect this and move forward. So I just got to do that on this one. And this is the Bag O' Day crochet. It's crochet easy top, or easy crochet top. Sorry. I'm all over the place. So I'm still gotta go back to that. I did go back to it today. I've worked on all three of these pieces today. That top, I ended up adding more rows back on it. This one that I just showed you, I ended up adding like 4 more rows on it. And I was like, you're kidding, because I put it on and it was like that. Now this is going to stretch, but I had it, I had it pulled down like this and make sure the corners were touching and that, and it wasn't quite long enough. So I'm like, really? So I had like 4 more rows on that. And then the other one I have here, I'm just knocking stuff off here. The other one I have is the one I've been working on. The other top I've been working on is this knockout crop top. And I still need to add rows onto this one. Because even when you stretch it out, it's, well, I mean, it's almost. But the problem is, it looks like it in the front, but you have to put it on and make these corners touch under your, your 2 corners have to touch under here, under your armpit. So, it didn't quite reach like that. So anyway, I'm almost back to the point of doing the same with this, where I attach, all together and just crochet in the round. So, but I have worked So I worked on both of these a little today, not a lot. I actually mainly worked on this shawl today, because I worked a lot on it actually yesterday. Like, I want to say that's almost all I worked on yesterday was the shawl. So, and I don't have to have, well, I don't have to have any of these done this week. I mean, on that part, I just figured these two tops I would have done this week. The shawl, in other words, I'm not intending it for it to be done this week. This is just kind of a sideline of things, so to speak. So I will show you what I have so far. So this is what I have so far. Now, if you look this up, or actually, I can put a picture right up here of the one on Premier's website, so you can see like the difference. Now, my shawl is not going to look like that one, even though I'm using the same yarn, the Cotton Sprout. It's hibiscus, I think, stripe. Or just hibiscus, one or the other. Anyway, it's not going to look the same because I am holding then with this, which I have ran out and need to attach more, but this, it looks like this. In other words, the color does. I am using a Just Cotton, the Premier Just Cotton. It's also cotton as well as the Cotton Sprout. So I'm holding two together, so mine looks different. The colors are not going to be as vibrant. In other words, like this right here, I don't know if you can tell, but this is the light pink in the Cotton Sprout. This up here, this orange, is the orange in the Cotton Sprout. This is the, pink color in the Cotton Sprout, plus the Just Cotton, that is the color mango. Actually, I remembered that. So here, if I can show you up close then what that's looking like so far. So I love how this is turning out. I think it's going to be so pretty. Wasn't sure about continuing to do it this way, but I actually like it. I use my daughter as, well, not use, but I mean, I do use her in that, I use her to, bounce ideas off of and that kind of thing, and ask her what she thinks and kind of basically get her opinion, of how something looks. Sometimes when I'm questioning it, I'm trying to put this on so you can see. So, and then this is going to end up, I'm not sure how long. Anyway, this is going to end up actually being, I think I'm on row 18 now, out of 45 rows. So, I mean, it's a pretty decent size right now. This actually could be a really cute, like, kind of a capelet. You could put a button here. I thought, wouldn't that be cute over a little dress, this shawl? But, I mean, it's adorable. Here is, I've kind of got a little bit of a mess. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Here's what I have left of the yarn. This is the Cotton Sprout yarn that I'm using. It kind of looks messed up, but I tucked the ball band off and it kind of went, kind of like some of those mattresses you get now, and you get them in a box and they're all rolled up, and then you get it out and you open it up and it kind of, like floofs up. So that's this kind of looks like a disheveledness, but it's really not. So this was 874 yards. So there's a lot of it. And yes, I'm not planning on having this done this week. I mean, I just want to take my time on it, but it's been something the last couple of days. Well, like I said yesterday, I really got in the groove of working on it, and it just, I don't know, I liked working on it, so I just kept going. So let me know what you think about this. I think it looks cute so far, even though, like I said, it is not going to look. Now, the pattern is the same as the one you see on Premier's website. It's the exact pattern. But yeah, it's the shawl itself is not going to look exactly the same as far as the coloring, because I am running, you know, 2 strands together. Now, the other thing I meant to mention the other day, so that I did find when playing with this same yarn the other day, I can use a 4.25 millimeter hook with this yarn, you know, by itself. And that seemed to be that I didn't have an issue working that up like that. So I like that, because I can't remember if it's 3 point something they recommend. I'm trying to think if it was, seems like I think it was 3.75 millimeter, but they recommend, you know, it's a really small hook. I generally never use anything under, well, 4.25 millimeter. So, and that's rare for me to use even a 4.25 millimeter. Most of what I do is a 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5. You know, that's generally, and even between those 4, it's generally I use a 5 or a 6. So, you know, I can use something smaller. I have a nice little 4.25 millimeter hook that I got last year from Hirschner's, and it was I can't remember how much it was. I think it was only $3 and something or something like that. It was cheap. It was discounted, and I didn't get the size that I actually meant to get. But I have used the hook, and I actually like it. I'll have to show y'all that. I was going to bring it over here, and then I forgot it. But it's kind of a nifty looking little hook. More along the style of like furls, in that the base of the hook is, you know, rounder. I don't have really any hooks like that except for that one. So I may show you that probably on Friday or something. But anyway, I have found that I can use that easily, like with just the, you know, one, in other words, just the strand of the cotton sprout stripe. Say that 10 times fast. But yeah, so I can do it like that, which is great, because I actually had a wearable in mind that before I ever got the cotton sprout stripe, you know, after I ordered it, and that I already had something, you know, one thing in mind that I wanted to make with wearable wise with that yarn. So that makes me happy that I have figured out that it's fine. I can use the 4.25 millimeter and no problem. So I kind of even thought about starting this over, but as far as this one, because I really wanted the one that looked like, you know, the one on Premier's website. It's just so pretty. Now, I think this is going to turn out beautiful too, but I may get some more of this yarn. And something else I thought about too, for those of you that can't use smaller sizes, or you're kind of limited on, you can use something smaller but not quite that small. What you could also do, was just a thought, you could get 2 of the same color, and that's probably what I should have done, honestly, for this. Buy 2 of the same colorway and pair those together, and then just run 2 strands, you know, all the way through that. Would give you a little bit of a thicker, I mean, trust me, it would not be thick, but I mean a little bit more, you know, there to work with than, you know, just like a little strand of string. Because that's basically, no, I mean, no joke, that's basically what this yarn looks like. And that's not a down put, it's just meant by any means, but that's just the way it's made, you know, it's very thin. So like I said, I'm happy with this. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'm curious. I can't really turn because I got my bag in the way, but I think you know, I think it's going to turn out pretty. I think it's going to be really neat. Um, so I'm excited, and I like the way, like, it sits really nice on my neck. It just sits like right where it's supposed to. So I've never had one like this, but yeah, I just thought, wouldn't that be cute though to put a little button here and then just make it like, you know, you just put it on over a little light dress or something and wear it like that. I just think it's super cute. And this is definitely not by any means, it's all cotton. So it is just, it's not heavy, you know, there's no roll. It's not like it's a thick type of yarn or anything like that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on what you think about it. And for me to be able to see it like this, yeah, that's good because it's kind of hard, y'all, when you're sitting and doing it and you're kind of keep looking at it. And I think the thing is it looks, you know, when you actually then go back from a distance and you're able to look at it, you can kind of see it, in other words, get a better picture of it. So anyway, I think that is turning out really cool. Oh, I gotta watch where I'm at here because I'm trying not to pull that out. Oops. So that's what I got to show y'all. I have been, I'm telling you, I've been dragging all day. I just am ready for sleep. My daughter does not have school on Friday, and her and I are seriously already excited about being able to sleep in Friday morning. So, and just, you know, and she gets to, you know, not have to go to school for a day. And then she's got 5 weeks of school left. And her and I are both just, it's like, you know how it is with kids. And I remember being that age. And then me as the parent and the adult, like, I'm there too. Like, I'm ready for it to be over. We're just, you know, it's like, been a long year. So let me know your thoughts on that shawl. I would appreciate that. I love to read y'all's comments anyway. I love interacting with y'all. I do really, truly do appreciate it so much. I hope you are having a wonderful week. I love y'all, and I will see you next time. Bye now. God bless.